In the early 1960s, a wealthy Italian industrialist walked into the headquarters of the most prestigious sports car manufacturer in the world to deliver a simple, constructive complaint. But he was thrown out of the building with an insult that changed automotive history forever. The man was Ferruccio Lamborghini, a brilliant mechanic who had built a multi-million-dollar fortune manufacturing tractors for Italian farmers. The man who insulted him was Enzo Ferrari, the untouchable titan of motorsport whose sleek red race cars dominated Formula One and defined luxury performance across the globe. Enzo looked down at Ferruccio, dismissed him as an uneducated tractor builder, and told him that he was incapable of driving a real sports car, let alone understanding how to build one. Ferrari thought he was putting an annoying customer in his place. In reality, he had just created his own greatest rival, lighting the fuse for a legendary feud that would disrupt the luxury automotive world and birth one of the most exotic supercar brands on Earth. To understand why this clash was so monumental, we have to look back at Italy in the chaotic aftermath of the Second World War. While the nation was struggling to rebuild its shattered economy, Ferruccio Lamborghini saw a massive business opportunity. Italian agriculture was desperately short of machinery while the countryside was littered with abandoned military vehicles, surplus tanks, and discarded engines. Ferruccio bought the surplus military scrap for pennies, re-engineered the heavy engines to run on cheap fuel, and founded Lamborghini Trattoria. Within a decade, his tractor company grew into one of the largest agricultural equipment manufacturers in the country. Ferruccio was wealthy, charismatic, and obsessed with mechanical precision. He expanded his business empire into industrial air conditioning and heating systems, accumulating a massive personal fortune that allowed him to indulge in his ultimate passion, collecting high-performance European sports cars. He bought Mercedes-Benz coupes, British Jaguars, and exotic Maseratis. But in 1958, he purchased the undisputed crown jewel of European motoring, a brand new Ferrari 250 GT. To the outside world, Ferrari represented absolute perfection on wheels. Enzo Ferrari had built an empire on racing glory, funding his Scuderia Ferrari racing team by selling hand-built, road-going sports cars to wealthy private buyers. But to Enzo, customer streetcars were merely a necessary financial nuisance to fund his true obsession: dominating the international racetrack. Because of that obsession, Enzo treated his private customers not as valued clients, but as privileged enthusiasts who should feel honored simply to own a vehicle with the prancing horse emblem. Ferruccio loved driving his Ferrari on the open Italian roads, but as a master mechanic, he quickly noticed serious engineering flaws. The car was heavy, the ride was uncomfortably harsh, and most frustratingly of all, the clutch slipped and burned out repeatedly under ordinary road conditions. Ferruccio was forced to drive his Ferrari back to the factory in Maranello again and again to have the clutch replaced. Every single time, Ferrari's service department kept the car for days, charged exorbitant repair fees, and refused to let Ferruccio watch the mechanics work. Fed up with the constant mechanical failures, Ferruccio decided to tear the car apart in his own private workshop with his personal mechanics. When he dismantled the transmission, he was stunned by what he discovered. The clutch inside Enzo Ferrari's luxury thoroughbred was the exact same commercial clutch that Ferruccio installed in his own budget farm tractors. Ferrari was charging astronomical luxury markups for a cheap agricultural component that could not handle the power and heat of a high-performance V12 engine. Ferruccio modified the clutch assembly using heavy-duty industrial components from his tractor factory, creating a reliable mechanism that completely eliminated the slipping problem. Believing he had discovered a valuable technical solution that could improve Ferrari's street cars, Ferruccio drove to Maranello to share the discovery directly with Enzo Ferrari. The meeting was brief, icy, and explosive. Ferruccio explained the clutch defect and showed Enzo the modified tractor mechanism. Enzo Ferrari, notorious for his supreme arrogance and volcanic temper, refused to hear technical criticism from an outsider. He looked at Ferruccio and sneered that the problem wasn't the car, but the tractor driver who didn't know how to handle a Ferrari. Enzo's arrogance stung Ferruccio deeply. He walked out of the Maranello factory with bruised pride, but that humiliation quickly transformed into pure entrepreneurial rage. Ferruccio realized that Enzo Ferrari was neglecting his streetcar customers because his entire focus was on motorsport. Enzo was building noisy, stripped-down racing machines disguised as road cars, completely ignoring cabin comfort, mechanical reliability, and refined interior luxury. Ferruccio looked at his wealth, his manufacturing expertise, and the untapped luxury Grand Tour market, and made a daring decision. He would build his own sports car factory and beat Enzo Ferrari at his own game. In 1963, just a few miles down the road from Ferrari in Sant'Agata Bolognese, Ferruccio broke ground on a modern, ultra-efficient automotive factory. He adopted the charging bull as his company logo, a direct nod to his Taurus zodiac sign and an aggressive contrast to Ferrari's prancing horse. Ferruccio's strategy was bold and uncompromising. He knew that to beat the undisputed king of sports cars, he could not cut corners. He took advantage of the infamous Palace Revolt at Ferrari, where Enzo had fired several top executives and engineers and poached brilliant automotive minds like Giotto Bizzarini and Gianpaolo Dallara. Ferruccio gave his engineering dream team a single directive: build a refined grand touring car with a magnificent 4-cam V12 engine that could outperform a Ferrari in top speed, reliability, and cabin luxury without ever overheating in city traffic. Within just 4 months, the team engineered the Lamborghini 350 GTV, followed quickly by the production-ready 350 GT. It was an engineering marvel. It featured a smooth V12 engine, independent suspension, a quiet, luxurious cabin, and a heavy-duty clutch that never failed. When automotive journalists drove the car, they were stunned. An Italian tractor builder had just produced a vehicle that rode smoother, accelerated faster, and felt far more reliable than the equivalent Ferrari. Lamborghini proved he was a legitimate contender, but the turning point that cemented the brand into automotive legend came in 1966. A group of young Lamborghini engineers worked late nights in secret to develop a radical concept that had never been seen on a street-legal production car. Mounting a powerful V12 engine sideways behind the driver, directly in the middle of the chassis. When Ferruccio saw the rolling chassis, he greenlit the project immediately. Legendary designer Marcello Gandini penned a breathtaking low-slung aerodynamic body, and the result was the Lamborghini Miura. The Miura took the automotive world by storm at the Geneva Motor Show. It was widely regarded as the most beautiful vehicle ever designed, reached an astonishing top speed of 170 miles per hour, and officially created the modern term supercar. Movie stars, rock legends, and international royalty queued up for months to buy a Miura, instantly transforming Lamborghini into an iconic status symbol that rivaled Ferrari's decades of dominance. Enzo Ferrari had spent years mocking Ferruccio, but he was suddenly forced to watch a tractor manufacturer capture the imagination of the global elite and challenge his supremacy on the road. The battle that began with a broken clutch fundamentally transformed the automotive landscape forever. It forced Ferrari to modernize its road cars, pushed engineering boundaries to unprecedented heights, and proved that even the most untouchable market leaders are vulnerable when hubris blinds them to customer satisfaction. The story of Ferrari and Lamborghini remains one of the greatest business rivalries in human history. Enzo Ferrari thought an insult would silence a complaining customer. Instead, his arrogance gave birth to his fiercest competitor and created a multi-billion-dollar dynasty of high-performance supercars. If Enzo Ferrari had simply listened to Ferruccio's complaint in 1962, would Lamborghini supercars even exist today? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the legendary rivalries that shaped the business world.